The Christmas season is here, and on this week's podcast, I have a gift for you. Hello again, and welcome back to another episode of Wisconsin's Outdoor Explorer podcast. Since I started doing Wisconsin's Outdoor Explorer, one of the things I wanted to do was encourage others to get out and try new things throughout the state, to get outdoors, enjoy everything the state has to offer. And in the process of doing that, I've been able to drag my family along to a lot of different new things over the past 2 years. And it's really been a fun journey for us. And it's gotten to the point where I wanted to expand what I was doing. So I started this podcast. My family really enjoys listening to my reviews and the things that I talk about on the podcast. And they're very encouraging in keeping me going with the podcast. And hearing comments from you has also been a very encouraging thing to keep doing this podcast, which I really enjoy doing. So I thought it would be fun to give a little bit back this time, to give something to you all that's just a little bit different than my regular podcast. So on today's episode, I've asked my family to help me with a gift for you. So it's our special treat to you to read Account of a Visit from St. Nicholas. Most of you probably know this as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Now, before we start, I want to say, again, thank you all listeners for listening this past year, and I look forward to another year of great podcasts and bringing more people on. This is going to be my last podcast for this year. I'm going to take a week off and enjoy the holidays with my family, and I hope you enjoy the holidays with your family, and I hope you're able to get out and be one of Wisconsin's outdoor explorers. And please share the podcast with your friends this holiday season. Let them know that we're here, and just get out and just enjoy what this season is all about. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for listening. Thank you for all your support, and I hope you enjoy my gift to you. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were all nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprung from my bed to see what was the matter. Away in the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick.
More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Dunder and Blixen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As the dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up on the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys was flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled! His dimples, how merry! His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow.
The stump of a pipe he held in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprung to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight,